My story began at about 2.5 years old. My mom and dad were in a band together. My mom was a singer, my dad was a drummer. The house that I grew up in Long Island, New York, my parents said we had just finished dinner. I walked off into the other room and the next thing they heard was me playing my dad's drum set. And that was it. Like, I haven't stopped since then. My first concert was 5 years old. My parents took me to Nassau Coliseum to see Ozzy Osbourne and Mötley Crüe, which bless them for taking a 5-year-old to an insane show like that. When Tommy Lee came out and played with Mötley Crüe, like, I could remember to this day the feeling, how it looked, and I knew at that moment that's what I wanted to do. Which is so crazy to think about now, being older, that like, at 5 years old, it just sent me on this journey that I'm still living to this day. When I was in my early 20s, I'd always wanted to go to California. I was actually in a really big touring cover band on the East Coast, and I got the call to go to LA to be in a singer-songwriter out here and make it, like get in a band that was gonna get a record deal and all this stuff was gonna happen. So I literally played my last gig at 4 in the morning in New York, packed up my Nissan Sentra and my U-Haul trailer and drove. We didn't get hotels, we were just so young and excited, and I got to Odessa, Texas, filled up my gas tank, and they had the pumps backwards, so I put diesel in my car, and it blew my head gasket, car was done. You know, most people would just say, okay, this ain't meant to be, give up and go home, and I was like, there's a U-Haul around the corner, I put my car in the back of a U-Haul trailer, put my shit in a U-Haul, and then drove the rest of the way. And came out here, and everything was supposed to happen, and it didn't. The band falls apart. I don't have any more money. I'm like trying to get I even went to Guitar Center to get a job and didn't get hired. Being bummed out and being upset about something and just like pointing fingers whenever it isn't healthy and it's not gonna fix it. I think that's been like a thing for me. As hard as things are, it's like, okay, how do we reel this in, grow, what's next? I met 2 dudes and they were brothers, and we just like for fun, we just went in a junkyard and went wild and just started banging on everything we can. We filmed it, edited it down to this cool little promo video and sent it out. Not thinking anything would happen, especially in like Los Angeles, where it's such a place where there's a million drummers, there's a million people trying to do what I was doing, and it gave me the courage and confidence to stay here. We got a residency at Six Flags theme park here, and then we got asked to go on the Warped Tour, and it was just like everything just started happening. And then bands started taking us on tour, and we got record deals, and it turned into a franchise. And Tommy Lee from Mötley Crüe found out about my drum group and became a fan. We did a Guitar Center drum off together performance and started like collaborating together. And he and I became really, really good friends, still are one of my dearest friends. Mötley Crüe goes out on this stadium tour. When I woke up and my phone was blowing up with texts, emails, missed calls, and it was like, Tommy Lee talking to me, I hurt myself with fireworks, you've got to come and play. I was like, ha ha, and it was like, no, go to the airport now. It was like, the show's tonight, you need to come out. And it's like one of those gigs that I practiced those records my entire life. Like, I knew it front to back. Showed up, we gonna sound check, rehearse? No. It's like, okay, these guys have a lot of trust, and we get up there and we go for it.
Holy shit!
To be in the band that inspired me to play is insane. Like, I still don't even believe it happened, and my dad got to come to the show and watch his kid play in the band, that my dad took me to that show, and Tommy told the audience that story.
Say, what's up, Frank?
My dad was in the crowd, people giving him beers, high-fiving him, and what a special, incredible moment that I hope I have with my kids. Like, that was definitely like one of the highlights of my life. It's Mötley Crüe. You know, it's just, I was in Mötley Crüe.
His dad brought him to see his very first concert was Mötley Crüe, and his dad's probably sitting out here somewhere going like, my fucking son is playing drums with Mötley Crüe. This is fucking crazy.
Sum 41 and my drum group, we toured together, became really good friends with the guys. And when their drummer left, I was like, I would love to jam with you guys. I love this band. You're my friends. Like, this would be amazing. I went and jammed with them. And after a week of spending time with them, they asked me to be in the band. And I've been in the band for just about a decade now. You know, I saw an opportunity, went right after it, and that was the dream gig. To get in the band at a time in a very fragile state, you know, we kind of had to rebuild the band. And to see now we're on our final world tour, playing arenas and stadiums and headlining festivals, and just put out a double album that's doing really well. We have a #1 single. Like, it's really amazing to see the work and grind over the past decade to bring the band back, and we're gonna end it in 2025. And yeah, to have that go away and the uncertainty of like the future was definitely scary, but like a good scary. You know, it's more fuel. And I feel like I'm more fired up now than ever. The fact that, you know, the band is, and all this ride I'm on is the biggest it's ever been. And like, when it's done, I'm even more fired up. Like, I'm not done. I'm not gonna retire and just sit on the couch. Like, the people that inspire me are still doing it, kicking ass at their old age and drumming and touring and doing what they want to do. And that's my vision. This is my map. This is what I'm gonna do. And like, I'm here to tell you that you can do it. I'm no different than you. And it's amazing to be in this family of incredible artists at 805. And that's my whole thing, like collaborating with 805 and seeing all these incredible artists from all walks of life, surfing, motocross, music. Like, we all share that same passion for the love of what we do.